Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world. We're back to continue our playthrough of Empire Total War featuring Darthmod in the 40 unit save version. And we ended last episode letting you know we're ready to start off on a new turn, and we are. Once I do one thing. I always find something now, don't I? Ministers, we never kicked out some of our mediocre ministers, and we're going to work on the guy in India first, see if we can get an improvement here. Now that we're going to have an election, but hopefully they'll get re-elected for another term, especially if we get a good guy in here. And we don't. We're loaded on, so maybe we do want them to get kicked out so we can work on a better cabinet, although he can't beat our guy in justice right now. But anyway, there you go. Elections coming up. Let's get to the other side of the turn and see what everything else brings us also. Let's see, the Ottoman Empire would like some technology. Of course they would like some technology. They're peripheral for us. We've got our trade. I'm not going to change the balance by giving them all these technologies. Okay, so the Mughals did decide to do just exactly what I thought they would and take over the territory. But as you can see, we're following them right behind. So on our turn, we will kick them right back out. Because their force, we've defeated them once. We can defeat them again, and there's no walls to worry about on top of that. So we'll just auto-resolve, lose the territory. All right, our army has been destroyed, as we well know over there. There is one thing, I'm going to zoom in over there. There is the one thing that happened. He took it over and he bailed. Well, he's not going to get away that easy. We are going to intercept him on his attempt to bail, and after intercepting, we can reclaim the territory. Maybe in 2 turns, depending on what our movement is like, having to come up in this direction. We'll see. More sabotage going on down here in yeah. India is just a messy place right now. A lot of stuff going on. Enemy raids and everything going on down here. Successful mission. Our rakes are still being successfully embedded where we wanted them. And let's see. The hustings are over following a free and fair election. The current cabinet has regained control of the government. So we've got a pretty strong core cabinet. It's just the Americas and our head of state we would like to get replaced just in time for them to get voted out in 7 turns. But we'll in fact, while we're thinking about it, let's try and get an upgrade right now for India. No. We are not meant. Treasury, but we already got somebody better than that in Treasury. That's the only other place he could give us a benefit, so there we go. This cabinet is just not meant to excel and exceed expectations. Here we got a few miscellaneous units, mostly, although yeah, a little bit in the Netherlands, mostly down in India to keep stabilizing or helping our forces down there that are under major battles. Construction, we got the newest dry dock done in France, so we got yet one more location for those second rates of ours. And we have some technology advances, so let's go take a look there and see if wedge formation is what we want next and separation of powers is what we want next. I don't always trust the computer's choices. So wedge formation, we are able to start building the newest military academy also. Cadence marching, what does that do? Helps campaign movement speed. So actually I like the idea of, no, let's not do that. That's not where you were. And I do that all the time. I don't highlight the one I want to highlight necessarily. So let's get to the one that I need to fix. First of all, right there, we want to change you to the cadencing. And then let's go find out, okay, so the one we took off was probably flying shuttle. Now we have research going on everywhere, and then they chose separation of powers for us. We'll go see if that's what we want. In Utrecht, let's see, wealth of nations. increases wealth everywhere, whereas this one helps get us down to the final level of school. Yeah, so we'll keep it where it is. We'll keep it where it is. Gained a trait, +1 morale in battle, and where is this? Oh. Not going to see a lot of battles from there. The Bethesda Orphanage. 25-year-old evangelist preacher George Whitefield is setting a fine Christian example with the foundation of his Bethesda Orphanage north of Savannah, Georgia. Bethesda, meaning House of Mercy, is intended to offer a safe home environment for poor orphans, also providing them with vocational training, discipline, and a strong gospel atmosphere. The children will learn trades that should enable them to find gainful employment in adult life, including agriculture and weaving. Money for the 500-acre site has been provided by private donations and the money Whitefield himself collects at his ever-popular religious meetings. However, Georgia is a difficult place for such a venture, owing to its sparse population, yet Whitefield is a man of his word when it comes to spending the donations of others honorably, and is plowing ahead with the project. Yikes. Some things never change in the world, do they? Just different times, different places. Okay, so let's do our first look over in India. We got a lot of income, over 33,000 that we're going to be able to spend. So let's start out taking a look in India first, because that's where I know we have our first battle. I didn't really see a lot going on down against the Cherokee, but that's another place we're going to have to check here coming up also.
Hey.
So let's climb that hill. Okay, so even if we win this battle with that force, we will not, in this single same turn, be able to take over the territory. And we do need to save this money, because after this battle, we already do need replenishing, and we're going to need it even more. Alright, it's pretty much in our favor. They have two worn out artillery pieces. Ours are, for the most part, all three of them in good shape. We outnumber them drastically, so I think this is a nice little let's take them on battle. It's big enough, even though it's a little bit lopsided, it's still big enough, and I just have fun, and I hope you have fun watching these battles, whether it says we're going to win or not. So see you down on the battlefield. Okay, very nice battlefield. Just gentle rolling hills with not a lot of obstructed views on the field of fire. Maybe a little bit on their side over here, but overall pretty nice. So we're going to set up and we'll be right back. All right, pretty basic setup for us against melee heavy troops. The front line ready to fire by rank. The back line is set up for melee only to support up. Should we need it and take melee hits on the flanks on both sides. I got a couple extra regiments in case we need to fan out for flanking attempts. I forgot to look at how much cavalry we're up against, but we have 3 regiments of cavalry on each of our flanks also. So depending on what we see spread out with their artillery, we can move on either end. The commander's just staying in the center. I got 2 regiments of artillery on this side to cover this part of the battlefield, and just in case there's some blind spots over here, if that's where they decide to set up, we kept 1 regiment of artillery over here to cover that field. We're starting the artillery on long range fire, but we will quickly, depending on what we see, change them to canister so we don't change too late on this battle, I hope. Let's start this battle. So they're kind of spread out all over. Looks like we have dervishes. I do not see their artillery right off the bat yet. Looks like it's on the rise up here. And looks like they are looking to, yeah, they aren't totally set up. So we'll let our long range shots bombard for the quick moment until they get closer on the advancement. And our artillery has set up, as you can see from that shot that just was taken. And I think those last rounds have taken care of their artillery. We're going to switch to canister now as they start to enclose on this side, and soon on this side we're going to just forego the long-range bombardments on this particular battle. We've got dervishes and horsemen up near the front. Looks like they are massing for a full frontal assault here. Looks to be what they're building up towards. So we will hold on with canister fire. In fact, we'll hold on with just about everything else. What we will do is see about popping out some cavalry onto the wings to help support our line once this attack commences against us. Canister fire, even at range, taking a toll on their advance. Second tier in there to support for the melee, repulse them. And they are shattered. We'll let the line reform, bring our melee troops back. Check out the rest of the line. And their assault is massive. Canister fire holding its own so far, but about to get attacked. And repulse just in time. I think we're going to bring these soldiers up now to help with this melee attack. We'll bring the sepoys up right now to help with the melee attack. It looks like they've reached the artillery. Time for cavalry in the backside to start chasing it down. Those battalion, those 12-pounders. Is this what we have here? The 12-pounders. Let's see if we can't get these guys to man those cannon back. Hope we don't shoot into our backs or halt. Nah, canister fire right through the ranks. It's getting them to run, but if we keep that up, it's going to get us to run too. Time to bring our soldiers back. We repulsed. that attack. We got another attack coming up though, the camel nomads. Now there's a target, if I ever saw one. There's some canister fire. Our cavalry, we're going to bring them a little closer in case we need some help over here. We are getting fire from the musketeers up here, which we think we need to address. In fact, we'll bring this cavalry right in on the camel nomads, and now we will redirect our canister fire to the last remaining unit charging against us. Let's go watch how we hold up against the camel nomads. Have them shaken. They're very tired, concerned about losing, mainly because we're outnumbering them, but they do fight strong, they do fight hard. And they are broken. We will keep up our attack there. Enemy general was amongst those killed, so that should pretty much end the battle. There we go. What I'm going to do is run things down, and then we'll join you back on to see exactly what this victory looks like. All right, we ended up with a decisive victory on this one. Hopefully we've worn them down enough so they're losing their ability to effectively fight against us. But whew, here we go. All right, we only lost 278 men on that, mostly probably from the melee battles that we were watching up close. And he retreats big time, so we can't quite. Oh, maybe we can. Maybe we can. And then all he's left to count as is a raiding force here, which hopefully we can then mop up. So let's see if we can reach the capital of this province, and we can. We will auto-resolve in return now. His other force is showing up as a reinforcing army, so we'll see if we can't auto-resolve him out of existence. And we lost quite a few men. Oh, the fun of auto-resolve. Okay, so that minor army over here is gone. We will do our repairs now, and we will focus on the army and get everybody selected and fix them up. 11,769 is the cost of repair. Woof! Is there anything else we need to fix in this territory at the moment? Not really quite yet. Oh, it's a lot of these buildings down here. In fact, I think we were going to just go ahead with the church school building down here for conversion purposes. I think for these areas in the south, I'm interested in getting them built up. Nothing up north where we still have armies and raiding parties all over the place. We'll go ahead and do this one. It's probably just going to treat it as a quick auto-resolve. See if we can get rid of that army. Oh, yeah. Lose 795. At least we kept it out of the thousands with that auto-resolve. And he's gone. So we'll back up here. We'll highlight everybody again, get some recruitment going, get them back up to strength so we can make a move again before they have a chance to build too many more armies. Their biggest force seems to be nearby right here, which we are a good matchup for. So we may not wait here past this turn. We may get on the move even before we're totally healed. Trait gain +1 morale in battle, steady under fire. And that is our commander up here. So we got lots of reinforcing armies or regiments built, so we're going to start bringing them over. Why the heck not? So let's get them all on board. It's a mixture of cavalry and infantry and even some dragoons. And I'm going to keep the pipeline going here because we are up against a mob in the Mughal Empire that we are fighting here. Let's get this guy's aboard over here. Everybody but the guy guarding the docks. And let's get this fleet a-moving. And we'll bring them up north. We tend to have or seem to have more raiding parties up in the north. And we got a big guy down there we're going to need to address. So let's sort things out up here first.
Wacht op nadere orders. Vloot gereed.
And bring the Navy back down since there is no other threats. Alright, let's go head over to see what's going on with the Cherokee. So it looks like Cherokee are pretty much stayed put right here. So we're going to make our move. I think. Let's take a look at what their army looks like in here. We have our spy there. I don't think either army is going to be anything that we can't match up with as long as we bring both our armies to bear. This one is not quite fully healed yet, but it doesn't seem so depleted that we can't conduct this battle. So let's move up here. And we'll get this army. So maybe what I wonder. So maybe what we do is we consolidate them close by each other. So since we both can't make it at the same time, and since he's out of range over here for reinforcing, unless and this army I can't get over to this second town or village, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to park up here kind of behind this ridge. Kind of bring you back a little bit. We should be close enough, not quite to reinforce each other. So there's a blunder of a move a little bit, because if they do combine and come against us, it could be a tough battle. So we'll see what they decide to do. Keep the pressure on their farms. And let's see how we're looking in Cuba. I saw some movement in Cuba, and I think they kind of parked right here and battled out here. So what we got to do is pick up some more armies, I believe, to help reinforce Cuba. Then we'll be in good shape to knock the pirates off the island. The big question will be, can we make it in one move? So we'll find out here in a moment. Not exactly a huge army, but it should be enough against the pirates, I hope, unless they're able to have the funds to build. In fact, we do not have the ability to reach. Do we have a way we can land over here somewhere? Doesn't appear to be a spot. We'll find out. We shall find out.
Orders?
Now let's see. Will it allow me to land here, guys? Will it allow me to land? Let's try right here.
Troepen, halt!
There's our troops. Let's see if we can reinforce them.
Marcheren! Nog meer
Yeah, we should be
orders.
close enough, so if they decide to do battle with either one of us, we should be in a position to reinforce each other. We'll move. Do we have any other forces that we built down here? We may have. We can pick up. So we've built a dragoon. I think we have and we'll just do one more to be produced when we get the artillery.
Orders?
And you don't have the range to really make it anywhere farther, so we'll just kind of get you going in the right direction. And that would appear to calm down any military action we have going in the Americas. And this army up here is probably able to move out at this point. Maybe not quite yet, so we'll hang on here. One thing we will do since I'm here, just to make sure we upgrade. In this territory to help, so we can move those few units out down the road when we need to. And we have the money to spend. Why don't we just upgrade a few units or a few spots right around here? Everything else looks good right at the moment. And we have about 3,000 left to spend. Well, let's just wander down this way and see what we can spend it on. Yeah, I'm feeling I've kind of held off on a lot of building down here, thinking they could come under attack, but now we're feeling a little more comfortable about that. And we'll worry about the plantations afterwards. We'll have choices to make between, looks like cotton and tobacco, and we'll check current pricing when that is available. And we might be able to do, can we afford repair here? Not quite. So what we need to do, oh, that's their territory. So in fact, when we passed through, we're the ones who destroyed that. Okay, let's just take a look over back in the continent in Europe. And the only military conflict we really have going over here was taken care of. So what I was thinking of doing at the moment is, well, I'm debating. I could use extra forces in India, but we got to remember next turn that I don't not recruit in our home country also, because we aren't at full strength. And if some of these other countries that have the armies available, so maybe I don't quite pull out this army yet. But what we will do is we can probably take them off of Corsica. Well, not quite, unless we don't tax Corsica at the moment. Although that's a decent income, so we may hang on. Let's just see what happens when the army pulls out.
Voorwaarts!
Oh, it's stable. What do you know? Didn't think that would be the case, but it's stable, so we're gonna move out. And we can't load for whatever reason.
U vraagt te veel. Dat gaat niet. Waarheen, kapitein? Klaar om te wenden? Paraat! Orders ontvangen.
Path blocked by another character, so I don't know what's preventing us from loading. We may have to move this ship over here, perhaps. Do we have to load from this side? I'm not sure where the loading will happen. We'll try that again next turn. At least we know that things are under control here. And that should be the turn. I'm just going to take a quick look at my lists, make sure we're not missing anything, and we'll be right back. Yeah, we just got this rake auto moving up towards Sweden. Keep an eye on the Russians up there. And that's about all I'm seeing right now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take the next turn. And we'll see you on the other side. Alright, the pirates decided to go aggressive on us. So we got ourselves a nice little battle here. It looks, it appears to show that it's going to be even. The reason it's going to be even is they have artillery and we don't. They have cavalry and we don't. Otherwise, we do outclass their militia, which is all they have there. And they do have some melee units in the name of the Buccaneers here. So we'll see you down on the battlefield. Okay, here is the battlefield. So we got our 3 regiments here, and one of which is going to be reinforcements. So I'm thinking we might need to hide a little bit first in our setup. Maybe we will just pick, this is about the only walls we have, and unfortunately they aren't really facing in a very kind direction for us. So let me look around, we'll get the setup going. Okay, now unfortunately it doesn't show on the map like where our reinforcements are going to come from, so that's the big unknown. We're going to set up in this back corner, run behind these walls to protect ourselves against their artillery, at least as best we can. Then once we get a feeling of where our reinforcements are entering from, we will make some decisions after that point. In fact, we'll set up over here. This fence seems more appropriate with its facing, and hope our reinforcements come in a nice spot. So let's get this started. And there they are, front and center there. Our reinforcements, fortunately, are not coming in too far away. So let's get ourselves positioned behind these fences. Protect ourselves against the cannon fire to come. And let's see, coming in up over the hill is what it would appear to be like. Ah, here they are. So it's kind of awkwardly distant. So maybe what we'll have to do is keep them advancing from this angle once the 2nd Regiment comes aboard, and maybe we'll get lucky and be able to skirt around without them noticing if we keep ourselves moving forward down the hill up here to distract their fire. Or this one stopped moving behind the fences, and I think we do need to take the fence cover, if you ask me, with the artillery bombarding us. Don't we have another regiment coming in? Aren't there 2 regiments? Ah, there it is. There's just a big gap between the 2. Alright, so they are firing cannon fire at us off to the side. Right now, though, they're moving towards my main force. So I think what that means is with these guys over here, we need to get a moving, we need to get a running, and we need to get advancing, hopefully, before they can react to us, other than the cannon fire. And if we see them reacting to come back to aid their cannon, then we'll react. See if we can quietly move without running to take out those cannon. In fact, maybe we'll just run because we're on a cannon fire. And so far they're ignoring us, other than the artillery itself. They're going to be exhausted by the time we get up to this cannon fire, but I think that is our opportunity. And hope the rest can hold out against the rest of their forces with our strong uphill fence positions. We're gonna run in here as best we can, and we're taking shots and hits already. It's not good for our morale. That was a big hit, and the cavalry is already reacting to come back to their aid. Let's see, this plan may not end up being the most successful in the world, but it's also not the end of the world if we lose this battle, because we've got the pirates locked onto their island. And everybody is very winded or tired, so by the time they finish this run, especially if the cavalry comes back, they will not survive very long. They will not last very long. Both units tired, pretty soon to become very tired. In fact, we're going to put them on melee only to take out the artillery. For whatever reason, they are not advancing on my fortified positions up the hill. I guess they're smart. They figure they have the cannon. Oh, geez, come on, guys. Move, move, move. Don't stop. They're trying to load up their forces is what it appears. Why are you guys turning away? Attack! They're trying to run away a little bit too late, so that works in our advantage, so we take less hits. I don't think the pirates had access or would have had access to canister either. And we have knocked them out. Let's keep going after them. See if we can destroy 2 more cannon just to totally make sure they can't come back into it. There's 1 cannon standing. Come on, guys, don't forget it. Turn back and get it. There it goes. We'll form up our lines again in case they turn back towards us. We need to rest. We are confident and tired because we just took out their artillery. Now with that in mind, I'm thinking it's time for us, because they're not advancing so aggressively. I think it's time for us to say we're not afraid of you guys. We're going to come out and advance too. In fact, we're going to do it in quick fashion. So in case they continue that move forward on us, we'll be there. And since they are advancing in that direction, it looks like we need to continue our advance in a walking formation to help support from the rear. General's bodyguard wandered a little close. Their buccaneers are on the flank. That probably is their plan, is to take out our flank with melee assault. We do have fire by rank working right now. It won't be for long once these guys. Let's see if we can't go against the General's bodyguard with our remaining troops in the back. Close range. I wonder if that is a precursor. Come on, fire, gentlemen, fire anytime you're ready. come in for the assault. Oh, and they've broken us already. That was my fear. They had some powerful volleys. We're going to come in here for melee attack. And hope the line, the remaining regiment can hold. Well, it looks like we're in for melee against the general or not. I made the mistake of not having us set up in the proper formation. See if we can damage the general before we fold up on the hillside. Ah, he's running all the way off. It looks like he's broken, but he's not going to come back, unfortunately. He's not shattered, but it doesn't look like he's coming back. Fortunately, against the Buccaneers, we are holding strong. Except they are winning overall. Their general is holding strong against our units, and he's about to get some support from the militia. And our units are still tired. But then again, losing slightly, losing slightly. The general has the upper hand on us. We just gotta hope we can take out the general, and we're starting to flag here. We're taking... we're dishing out more than we're taking, I think, but it's just a single regiment, so I think this battle may be doomed to fail. Oh, we came back. Let's charge down the hill, guys. Make the difference. Too little, too late, I'm afraid. And we are taking fire here, so there's no way unless we get lucky and take out the general himself, this attack is going to fail. And we're retreating here now. Charging down the hill, will they have enough to sustain this attack and help us out to get rid of the Buccaneers, the one that is hurting us the most? Regiment fails at just a bad time, because this one is not going to have the morale to keep up a sustained fight. We're down to 24 men in the general's bodyguard, but we just can't sustain our attack down there, especially with the retreat coming on the hillside above. 21 men. Can we somehow find the general in this mix and take him out? Give ourselves some hope. We just did not have the right mix of support units. We are, however, solidifying right now real quick, and we're going to reform facing forward as quickly as we can. And they may just make it off the map before they have a chance to come back. And we have failed in our attack against the general's bodyguard. Down to 18 men left in his unit. And we are retreating. We've lost that unit 100% completely. Looks like this unit's shattered, so it's not coming back. These units more than likely are shattered because of their sustained fighting they did against the artillery. Broken. But with them being chased down by the general, odds are we will not see them come back. So my final holdout is right here on the hill. Vastly outnumbered, 300 to 160, 2 to 1 outnumbered. we are about to get flanked by those damned buccaneers. So this one is essentially over. We put up a valiant fight, but just didn't have the resources to stand up to their mix of troops. And we suffered a close defeat. So misjudging the enemy's strength was our mistake in landing on the island too soon. We're going to have to build up a few more extra resources, or wait till the Cherokee battle is over when we have all the resources we need. That's probably what we'll do, just to save money and resources. Well, we still have units that exist, except they will... We're not going to fight this one out anymore, guys. We're going to pick up the remaining units on our turn, evacuate them off the island, and come back to fight another day. Alright, the army has been destroyed. We know about that. This man has been apprehended on your soil whilst in the employ of an enemy nation, and it is believed that he has been passing sensitive information to his superiors. He will not escape justice. Where was this? Oh, okay. We caught our spy over here that had been doing a lot of the damage to us. So cool. That doesn't ever seem to happen that often. We were having continued raids in the Indian theater. And now we are down to our rakes that are still embedded. And now we have our agent that has been found out at the same time. Which one? Where? Ah, the one in my sore. So not the most critical agent to my needs right now, but it's probably going to make them not like us. Their attitude towards us may not be great, and it has not been amazing to begin with. Acts of espionage, there it is, -20. So right now our attitude is -14 when it was pretty dang neutral before that. What we may do just to hold them off, we do need to, I'd rather not have them into the mix until we do some more damage to the Mughal Empire. Let's just do this and go in here and open some negotiations with them, and maybe give them a little state gift to make them a little happier against us. And boy, do we have the funds to spend on a state gift. But we'll go with the wonderful thoroughbred and see how they think about that. And let's see what that does. Anything at this point? Well, nothing. I think we got to wait until next turn to see if that helps. But we'll see if providing the state gift, I don't want them to all of a sudden hate us and attack us in the back as we're working against the Mughal Empire. One of our rakes has gained subterfuge. Lots of buildings still coming on. And we have the recruitment basically down in India, and we should have had that. There it is, the artillery unit down. So we have something to counter their artillery at least. Well, actually we destroyed all their artillery, so we technically don't need it yet, but there you go. Oh, so what we're going to do is we're going to end the mission at this point. A couple little battles. One leaves a little sour taste in our mouth, but is only a minor battle down there in Cuba. We'll pick this up next turn. We just finished the turn, so we're going to have all sorts of moves to make, and I imagine the Cherokee battle will finally happen on this next episode. So join me next time and see how we handle that one. This is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in the world. Do me a favor as usual, hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you're thinking. What do you think? We finally got a loss there on the field. Actually, I think we've had one before too, but see, I don't win them all either. Nobody wins them all either, right? You get aggressive and you put yourself in situations where you're bound to lose now and then. But it was a fun battle. It's nice to have one that's tough, shows that the game can beat you, and there you go. Hope to see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.